What if I told you that some of the most unassuming cities in America are quietly becoming global mosaics, where dozens, sometimes hundreds of languages echo through the streets, and where no single culture dominates the skyline? What if the true heart of the U.S. isn't found in its monuments or megacities, but in the quiet intersections where Somali markets sit next to Korean bakeries, and mosques rise near Buddhist temples and Catholic cathedrals? In this video, we're unlocking the gates to 10 of the most astonishingly diverse cities in the United States, places that defy stereotypes and invite the world in. But here's the twist. Diversity isn't just about numbers. It's about connection, comfort, and coexistence. But before we start, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're pulling back the curtain, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Now let's dive in. Houston is one of the most ethnically diverse cities in the United States. Its population is a near-even mix of Hispanic Latino, 38%, Black African American, 17%, non-Hispanic white, 34%, and Asian, 8%. Over 145 languages are spoken in Houston, and nearly half of residents speak a language other than English at home. This diversity is driven by sustained immigration from Latin America, Africa, and Asia, as well as by Houston's role as a major refugee resettlement hub. Affordable housing, a strong job market across sectors like energy, healthcare, and construction, and inclusive local policies make it attractive to newcomers. Ethnic neighborhoods such as Chinatown, Little Saigon, and Mahatma Gandhi District offer cultural continuity, while schools and public services provide multilingual support. Importantly, no single group dominates the city's identity. Its multiculturalism is structurally integrated, not just symbolic. Houston's inclusive infrastructure and economic opportunities make it one of the most welcoming cities in America. Jersey City is often ranked as the most ethnically diverse city in the U.S. Its population is composed of approximately 28% Asian, 25% Hispanic Latino, 24% non-Hispanic white, and 20% Black African American. Around half of its residents speak a language other than English at home, with high rates of Spanish, Tagalog, Hindi, and Arabic. Proximity to New York City, strong public transportation, and lower housing costs make it an attractive place for immigrants and professionals alike. Jersey City is a sanctuary city and actively supports integration with services like the Division of Immigrant Affairs, which provides legal aid and language access. Enclaves like Little India and a large Filipino community help new arrivals feel at home while also contributing to the city's vibrant cultural scene. Frequent festivals, diverse food options, and immigrant-owned businesses make Jersey City a living example of multicultural success and daily coexistence. New York City's diversity is legendary, with no ethnic group forming a majority. About 31% of the population is non-Hispanic white, 28% Hispanic Latino, 22% Black African American, and nearly 16% Asian. Over 200 languages are spoken across the 5 boroughs, and roughly 37% of residents are foreign-born. Neighborhoods like Jackson Heights, Chinatown, Little Guyana, and Washington Heights offer cultural continuity for immigrants, while extensive city services help them integrate. NYC's public schools are among the most multilingual in the country, and city agencies offer services in dozens of languages. Economic opportunities in finance, arts, hospitality, and healthcare draw people from every background. The city's infrastructure, public transit, housing variety, and legal protections for immigrants all support its multicultural makeup. From its parades and street food to museums and community centers, New York is built to absorb and celebrate its diversity in every corner of urban life. Gaithersburg is one of the most ethnically diverse small cities in the U.S., with a population that includes approximately 32% non-Hispanic white, 29% Hispanic Latino, 19% Asian, and 17% Black African American. Located just outside Washington, D.C., it attracts a mix of immigrants, federal employees, and tech professionals. Nearly half the residents speak a language other than English at home, including Spanish, Amharic, Mandarin, and Tagalog. Gaithersburg's diversity is supported by city programs that promote multilingual education, cultural events, and equitable civic participation. The public school system is known for its English Language Learner (EL) programs, and city services are accessible in multiple languages. International grocery stores, restaurants, and places of worship cater to various communities. Its affordability, access to federal jobs, and inclusive suburban infrastructure make it a welcoming place for families of all backgrounds seeking opportunity without sacrificing cultural identity. Germantown's ethnic composition is one of the most balanced in the U.S., with roughly 25% Black African American, 24% Hispanic Latino, 24% non-Hispanic white, and 22% Asian. Over half the residents speak a language other than English at home. This suburban community near Washington, D.C. has become a hub for immigrants and first-generation Americans working in healthcare, retail, and public service. Germantown offers robust public schools with strong ELL support, affordable housing, and numerous community centers that offer services in Spanish, Chinese, Korean, and more. Multicultural festivals, faith-based organizations, and small businesses reinforce a sense of belonging for diverse residents. The city's local government invests in inclusion, offering translation services, outreach programs, and civic engagement initiatives that reach all cultural groups. Germantown's proximity to urban job markets, combined with its own community-based resources, helps it remain both accessible and culturally rich for its multi-ethnic population. All right, we're halfway through our journey, but now I want to hear from you. Which of these cities surprised you the most so far? Is your hometown secretly one of America's hidden cultural gems? Or is there a city you think should have made the list? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. I'm always looking for suggestions, so tell me what you want to see next. More city breakdowns? Cultural deep dives? Neighborhood spotlights? Let's build this channel together. If you're enjoying this exploration so far, hit that like button. It really helps more people discover this content. And if you haven't already, subscribe and join our growing community of curious travelers, thinkers, and story seekers. We're just getting started. Oakland is renowned for its racial and ethnic diversity, with approximately 28% Black African American, 27% Hispanic Latino, 25% non-Hispanic white, and 16% Asian. Long a center for African American culture and activism, it has evolved into a city where no single group dominates. Over 40% of households speak a language other than English, including Spanish, Cantonese, Vietnamese, and Tagalog. Oakland's diversity is built on decades of migration, from the Great Migration to more recent Asian and Latino immigration, and supported by inclusive policies and vibrant neighborhoods like Fruitvale and Chinatown. Community-driven initiatives promote equity and multiculturalism through education, housing, and the arts. The city has a long history of social justice, and its public institutions frequently engage with residents through culturally competent services. Oakland's food scene, music heritage, and civic life are reflections of a community that not only houses diversity, but builds identity from it. Los Angeles is one of the most diverse cities in the world. Its population is about 47% Hispanic Latino, 28% non-Hispanic white, 12% Asian, and 8.5% Black African American. LA is also home to more than 180 languages and dozens of ethnic enclaves, including Koreatown, Little Armenia, Chinatown, Little Ethiopia, and historic Filipino Town. Immigrants from Latin America, Asia, and the Middle East have shaped its cultural and economic life. The entertainment industry, robust job market, and relatively mild climate attract people from across the globe. LA's city government offers multilingual resources for everything from healthcare to voting. The school system accommodates hundreds of thousands of English learners, and public events often include translation and cross-cultural education. With a rich ecosystem of ethnic media, food, festivals, and faith institutions, Los Angeles thrives on the constant interaction of global cultures within its sprawling multicultural neighborhoods. Sacramento, California's capital, has one of the most racially and ethnically balanced populations in the country. roughly 32% non-Hispanic white, 29% Hispanic Latino, 19% Asian, and 13% Black African American. Its diversity stems from waves of migration, from early Chinese railroad workers and Hmong refugees to modern-day Mexican and Indian immigrants. Over 40% of residents speak a language other than English, and schools reflect this with strong bilingual education programs. The city hosts major cultural events like the Pacific Rim Street Fest and the Festival de la Familia. Sacramento's affordable housing, relative to the Bay Area, draws new families seeking opportunity and community. Government agencies support diversity with inclusive hiring and multilingual services, while neighborhoods feature a blend of cultures coexisting side by side. Its civic identity is deeply tied to multiculturalism, making Sacramento not just demographically diverse, but also welcoming in practice and policy. San Jose, the heart of Silicon Valley, is one of America's most diverse large cities, with approximately 35% Asian, 31% Hispanic Latino, and 26% non-Hispanic white residents. The city is a hub for Vietnamese, Indian, Chinese, and Mexican communities, with over 55% of the population speaking a language other than English at home. Its diversity is tied to the tech boom, which draws skilled professionals from Asia and Latin America. San Jose offers community centers, schools, and public services in multiple languages. Neighborhoods like Little Saigon and Japantown provide cultural anchors. Local events like Tet Festival and Dia de los Muertos reflect the city's commitment to inclusion. Public schools integrate multicultural curricula, and city programs encourage immigrant entrepreneurship and civic participation. San Jose's wealth of cultural traditions, economic opportunity, and progressive governance make it one of the most welcoming and globally connected cities in the country. Chicago's population is nearly evenly split among its major ethnic groups, about 31% non-Hispanic white, 30% Hispanic Latino, and 29% Black African American, with Asians making up about 7%. The city's neighborhoods reflect deep historical migration patterns. Mexican in Pilsen, Polish in Avondale, Indian and Pakistani on Devon Avenue, and Chinese in Chinatown. About 36% of residents speak a language other than English, and the city supports them through extensive multilingual education and public resources. Chicago's status as a transportation hub and business center continues to draw immigrants from across the globe. The city hosts large-scale cultural festivals, like the Puerto Rican Festival, Chinese Lunar New Year Parade, and Taste of Chicago, that celebrate its diversity. Its network of community-based organizations and immigrant support centers ensures newcomers can access legal, housing, and employment help. Despite challenges with segregation, Chicago remains a patchwork of cultural richness that shapes its unique urban identity. So now you've seen it. 10 cities that aren't just diverse by the numbers, but by the stories they tell, the people they welcome, and the futures they're building. Diversity isn't always loud. Sometimes it's in the quiet normalization of difference. Neighbors who worship differently, eat differently, speak differently, but coexist with comfort. Whether you live in one of these cities or you're just dreaming about the next stop on your journey, remember, the true power of a city is how well it makes everyone feel at home. If you found something new, thought-provoking, or just plain cool in this video, give it a like and share it with someone who loves cities as much as you do. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. There's so much more to uncover. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and never stop noticing the stories hiding in plain sight.